people on YouTube. Let's begin this Chinese OSL action right here, guys. So without further ado, I'm just going to go set up some awesome Brood War sounds for us, and in the meantime, let me quickly talk about what we're foreseeing tonight. So earlier today, about 12 hours ago in China, it was 8 p.m. August 31st on a Friday. Now it's on the other side of the world, and now it is around 9 o'clock p.m. my time. So these replays, these VODs came to us about 12 hours ago. We're going to wait, and it's going to be the Consolation match, which is pretty much whoever takes third place is pretty much how it goes down, and I'll be very interested how it's going to go down. Now, ZDY and John Hoon are pretty high level. I think, well, at least in my opinion, I think John Hoon is probably going to take this, I think, convincingly, but ZDY is a level 17. Do not get behind that. They are just numbers, so let's just hope that this will be a fun time indeed. I hope that we get great games. I think we will, but that is my prediction. And where is this awesome Brood War soundtrack that we all love? Indeed, there it is. Thank you, Groove Shark. We are going to go play that, because that's how we do it. Cool, we got some Zerg music. Come on up. And I do have the chat open if it really matters. Alright, so spawning here on the bottom left as the white Zerg, it will be ZDY here. And then spawning on the top left, it'll be the orange Protoss John Hoon, one of my personal favorite Chinese players here. So let's hope that he has a strong position right here. Now, just a little background on both players. John Hoon is pretty much just a high-level player in general. Last week, he kind of got outplayed by Fengzi, and I don't think that was any bad part on him. I think it was just Fengzi is really, really good. That's probably the best way to describe that, how that played out. So it will be a PvZ on what appears to be Fighting Spirit. And we do have vertical spawns. Okay. So this will actually really, really, really benefit Zerg, at least for taking off that initial far off third base here. Just because now all of a sudden Protoss has to, pressure pretty much pressure a cross position map, which is not going to have happened. So we might see more reinforcements from ZDY right out of the get-go here. And also, if you guys are new to the Chinese scene, they tend to like to use red and yellow. Now, I think this is getting a little bit more common just for the overlay front, as it's a lot easier for graphics people, or casters for that matter, to really make overlays that kind of just go with two coordinating colors. You don't have to worry about 8. You don't have to make 16 different overlays, for example, what I'm saying about it. And that's not gonna be a tight wall by John Hoon, I'll have you know. And things by ZDY are looking very normal too. He's just gonna go for an overpool, and he did an extractor trick too. So things are looking very, very standard for both players. I don't think we're gonna see any kind of cheese. Also to note that word on the street right now is for Gambit Cup, which is probably where most of you are seeing Chinese players in general. Now, these are the highest level Chinese players. Not too many of them do end up in Gambit Cup. ZDY did make an appearance in week 3, but did get shut down pretty fast. So, word on the street is that Chinese players do have difficulty dealing with cheese, and it's just something that they're pretty much not really known for. And even at the highest level of play, I can really testify that I really haven't seen much of any kind of proxy 2 gates. I've pretty much seen standard stuff by these players. I'm not sure if it's just manner. I'm really not quite sure, but okay, now there we go. Is he really going to pull off all those probes? Does he really think he needs that many? Well, he's going to pull all of them. Granted, those cannons did go up a little later right here. So, actually, nice reaction by John Hoon, and he's not going to pretty much lose anything. He might have lost a probe, and he is hitting off that Overlord right now. But he'll be fine. He has double cannon up now. So any kind of pressure that ZDY may have initially wanted to go with, any kind of link pressure, will be thwarted for the time being. Now, talking about the overlay front, and the third base of ZDY is going down right now while we're getting a little more situated into our game right here. I just wanted to talk about why the Chinese players used red and yellow. Not only that, like, gold and red are kind of like the culture's signature colors, but also that from a casting standpoint to an overlay standpoint, it's a lot easier just to prepare two different overlays for two different situations than you were to have, like, for example, let's say say blue is a color. So now you have to make an overlay that the first player is blue, then blue versus, teal, blue versus yellow, blue versus red, blue versus brown, blue versus whatever color that you can have in Brood War. I believe there's 8 standard ones, and then there's somehow I think they ended up getting 16 of them by mods and such. So, I mean, it would be very difficult to make that many overlays, is what I'm trying to say. Now, we should have, like, the standard 4-minute-ish Cybercore, I believe. I'm not really seeing much out of the ordinary, other than the fact that ZDY could have potentially done some more damage if John Hoon wasn't super smart and brought, a big chunk of his probes right there. It's a very, very nice stuff right there. Just trying to think. I went into Boston today, if that really matters for any Americans right there. I went into Boston today. I had a $28 steak. It was pretty good. Not gonna lie, it was very fantastic. Steaks are fantastic. And I believe I saw ZDY going for Hydra Den, which is a little interesting, just because normally Zergs will opt to go Spire before anything else. And that's normally because you normally see Stargate. Now, I don't believe I saw John Hoon throw down a Stargate. I could be wrong, but I don't think I saw a Stargate. I don't think we've been given a camera shot of his main base quite yet. Hopefully we will, though. And it looks like John Hoon's probe will get denied of scouting because these lings are too... Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at John Hoon just going and getting in that scout right there. Now that drone's going to try to stop walking in the main base right there to stop any kind of tech, and it looks like he will not be able to achieve that. He will see the Hydra Den, which may mean this is kind of like an all-in by ZDY right here. Now this is very uncharacteristic of ZDY right here, or ZDY, whatever you really want to call him. ZDY is normally gone for like macro style, very Ling Muta style. This kind of 3-hatch Hydra bust-esque style right here is interesting, nonetheless. And I believe he was getting range, which I like, over speed right away. But this could get... But the benefit of getting range before speed is that it makes the wall more vulnerable. That being said, he can snipe off the gateway and forge, but not only that, those cannons are not going to be in a completely vertical line. So Hydras can actually get on an edge where, maybe 1 or 2 cannons blowing fire and within range, because if Hydra range is done at that time. So that's really awesome. At least for the purposes for ZDY. Now, John Hoon, he's getting up cannons. I don't know what he has. Okay, so he's gonna get Reaver Tech, and I like that decision. It will definitely help out. The only issue I might see is that will the Reaver come in time? Now, a Reaver and a choke point is absolutely super powerful here. Now, it's a little bit different than when you're normal to see how a normal storm reaction. Very, very good. But so far, this Hydra bus is looking very, very, very powerful right here. The Zealots are not in any kind of position to really help, tank some damage right here. Cannons are falling very fast. John Hoon is taking a lot of damage right here. Probes are gonna be pulled up the line right here, and it appears that, at least a lot of the initial probes that a lot of the natural probes are pretty much decimated. And not only that, once that Reaver pops out, it's gonna be instantly dead. It's not even enough time to make a Scarab, yet alone get away, and it doesn't even come out. I'm not even sure if John Hoon even canceled that, but there's a GG by John Hoon. John Hoon just kind of... I'm not really sure if John Hoon was really expecting that, really at all. But anyway, it was a good game nonetheless. So ZDY will take game 1, guys. So don't forget, this is a best of 5. So ZDY, of course, ZDY or John Hoon still a little while before they take the game, take the series. All right, guys, people on YouTube, thanks for watching.